Hey guys, Fran here, back with another video. So, you know that I do a lot of videos about manifestation and creating and intentionally living your life. And I actually travel and teach these things a lot. I go to a lot of different places and I teach about intentionally creating your life. And what I do is I share the information that I'm given through prayer, from downloads from my angels and spirit, and I compile this information and I share it with those who are seeking to connect with higher consciousness, to manifest and create their lives, and to move from where they are and get to where they want to be. You know, people who feel like they may be stuck or like, things aren't working right. And I love doing this. I love talking about how you can create your life. But I notice that sometimes we need to talk about why what you want may not be showing up in your life. Now, this is not my favorite part of the manifestation and creating process because a lot of people don't get why they're not getting it. Do you understand what I'm saying? They say, I'm doing all the work, I'm praying, I'm intending, I'm asking, I'm manifesting, I'm journaling, I'm doing everything, but it seems like nothing is working. So what I want to do with you today, is share some of the reasons why you may not be getting what you are asking for. Now, the biggest thing that I have learned and that I have seen through my practice, through my asking and my awareness and my conscious awareness is we have issues around believing we can have it. Whether we don't feel worthy of it, whether we don't feel that it's going to happen, or we are too caught up in trying to figure out how it's going to happen, we're asking for this thing that to us feels impossible, or that to us in our physical realm seems like it's just not going to happen. Like, how is that going to happen? And so we get caught up in the process of how instead of asking and allowing. So there's a resistance there. When you are wanting something in your life, you are asking and making your request known to God, your higher power, your angels, however you identify your higher power. You are making that request known. At that point, it is not your job to figure out how it's going to happen. It's not your job to figure out when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, who's going to do it for you. It's your job to pay attention to the instructions that you are given after you ask. And a lot of us drop the ball on that. We ask and we're so busy looking and trying to figure it out and wanting to figure it out. And, oh my gosh, I got to do something. I got to make this happen. I got to help God help this along, right? Been there, done that. We all get there, right? But really, God can do it without your help. What you need to do is listen to your intuition, your spirit guides, your angels, the Holy Spirit, as it's giving you instruction to do something. A lot of times we miss that because we're so busy trying to figure out what we've asked God to do. We're so busy trying to figure out how God's going to do what we ask Him to do. We miss the instructions that we are given on what we need to be doing. So if you are in the mix too much, if you're trying to fix it yourself, mix it up, make it work, you're going to miss it. So you can't get in the middle of the work that God and the universe is trying to do for you. You have to ask and believe it. Simple. You have to have faith that you can have it. A lot of us just don't have the faith. We just don't believe it because we're stuck in this physical reality. We're stuck in this physical existence of, I don't see how that's going to happen. Well, Spirit is working for you the minute you ask. And a lot of times you can't see Spirit working. You just have to have faith that Spirit is working on your behalf. That was a challenge for me, even being able to hear Spirit very clearly, even having this connection with my angels. It was a challenge because I wanted to see things happening. Like, I wanted to see it happening. I wanted to know that God was working. Like, can you give me a sign? Can you give me a couple of signs? I asked you for that sign and you gave me that sign, but can you give me another one? You have got to have faith that what you're asking for is going to come to you. You have to practice having faith. Trust and believe that when you ask, every time you ask, it is given. No matter what it is given. When you ask for something, it is given. Another block that people have is that we want to manifest and create for other people. We want to create and manifest for our children, for our husbands, for our partners, for our business partners, for people. You cannot, I'm going to repeat that, you cannot infringe on the free will of someone else. You can't make anybody do anything, people. You can only create and manifest for yourself. You can attract and draw people into your experience. You can draw and attract things, places, people, situations into your experience. But you cannot control the free will of another person. I want to tell you that people get mad at me when I tell them that. They get upset. Let me tell you why. Because they say, you mean I'm praying and I'm asking God to change this man and God's not going to change this man? I don't believe that. Prayer changes everything. You are absolutely right. Prayer does change everything. Prayer changes you. Prayer changes your circumstance. If I'm praying for my man to be this way, and that's not my man's prayer, that's not his intention, it is not going to work. You have to be aligned and on the same accord for that prayer, that desire, that intention to work. If you want a blue house and your man wants a red house, you can't pray and ask God to change your man's mind to get him a red house, a blue house. That's what he wants. You guys get it. You can't infringe on the free will of other people. So a lot of times people are blocked because they're trying to make someone else do something. You can't do that. You can ask for experiences with that person. You can ask for the experiences that you want. Listen, sometimes it may not even be that person that you get the experiences from. So when you're in the way, going back to being in the way, you're blocking that move of spirit. You're blocking that move of the angels. The universe is not going to push you around to try to get you what you want. They want you, spirit, the universe, God, your angels want you to be open and ready for it. They're not going to come in and say, okay, I'm going to have to move Fran over here just to get her to pay attention to this. It doesn't happen that way. If you're asking for it, be ready for it. That goes into my next point. A lot of times we're asking for things we're not even ready for. We're asking for humongous things and we don't even know what we're going to do with them when we get them. If you haven't watched my video about me asking about the, what was it, $20 million, $200 million lottery, go back and check that out. My angels kept asking me, what are you going to do with all that? And I had no answers. I just knew that I wanted it. Well, if I don't know why I want, or what I'm going to do with it, or how it's going to help me, how it's going to benefit someone else, 9 chances out of 10, I need to figure all that out before I go ask for it. Right? So know what you want and know why you want it. Another block that people get really mad at me about too. And, you know, again, I'm just relaying the information that I receive. Don't shoot the messenger, people. Don't shoot the messenger. Another reason that people get upset is about unforgiveness, holding grudges against people, being mad and angry at people, being mad and angry at situations. Listen, holding hatred in your heart is going to block your creation process. Holding malice against somebody, being angry with somebody, holding grudges is going to stop your progress, period. It may even appear that you're getting the things that you desire, but even as much as you're given, you're still not happy because your heart's not healed. You have got to heal your heart. You have got to offer forgiveness to people and things that have hurt you. Now, you don't have to pick up the phone and call people and say, okay, well, I'm going to forgive you because I want my new car. Or I'm going to forgive you because I want God to give me wisdom. So you're forgiven. You don't have to do all that. But what I do encourage you to do is write a forgiveness list. Get a book. Write down, who do I need to forgive today? Sometimes it may be you that you need to forgive. So work on that forgiving practice. Work on that grace that we should have for other people that sometimes we don't have because you hurt me and I don't like you. And I'm not gonna ever like you. You know, you're not hurting them. You're hurting yourself. So offer that forgiveness and keep offering it until you truly feel it. Work on forgiving yourself, because if you don't forgive yourself, then you have a self-worth issue because you feel bad about what you've done. So therefore, you don't feel worthy of anything good because you've done some bad things. I'm going to tell you a secret. Everybody on this planet has done things that they are not proud of. Everybody. You are not alone. Forgive yourself, love yourself, heal that heart space and that heart chakra, and allow love and peace and harmony to flow from you. Send that light out so you can attract that light. If you are dark in the heart chakra, if there's unforgiveness and grudges and malice in there, you are blocking your progress. These things are important. You must heal this heart space so that you can attract the things that you want. And you may be thinking, Fran, how does me not forgiving him or her affect me attracting things? Because it's a block. There's a block there. And that block can work against you. Believe me. Once you start to forgive people and things, you feel lighter. You feel happier. When you are happier, you attract more happiness. You look at things differently. So that forgiveness process is a big part of manifesting and attracting. Another thing I'm going to share with you guys today is the giving part. Oh boy, that's another part where people get like, uh-oh, wait a minute, I'm checking out, I'm not listening. If you are not giving, you're not going to receive. And if you're only giving like that, you're going to receive like that. Now, let me say this. I'm not telling you to go into your savings and give. If you believe in saving and you feel like you should be saving, then by all means, save. But what I am talking about is the principle of giving. Giving to where you are spiritually fed. Whether that's your mentor, whether that's your teacher, your church, your pastor, your coach, your life, wherever you feel your spirit is being fed, that's where you give your tithes. I said it. I said tithes. Oh my gosh, don't check out on me. Yes, I said tithes. I said 10%. Tithe. Time, talent, treasure. Tithe something. Give something back. Go feed the homeless. Go read to an elder. If you don't have any money, because people always say, well, Fran, I don't have no money to give. I didn't either at one point, or I thought I didn't, because I wanted to keep it for me, because I had things to do. I got bills to pay, kids to raise, car payment, light bill, gas bill, all of that. I get it. But I was not receiving what I wanted because I wasn't giving. And let me tell you a secret about the law of circulation. The law of circulation states that what you put out comes back to you. It's like a boomerang. What you give, you get. What you sow, you shall reap. Simple. So if you are giving, you are going to receive. You may not receive from that place you gave. You may not receive from that person you gave to. But the universe will make sure that when you give without a grudge, without being like, I gotta write this tithe check, I gotta give this money, I gotta go read to these people. Be a cheerful giver, and you will cheerfully receive. It is just that simple. And if you are not giving anything, you're not gonna get anything. And another thing is, what do you want for your life? How do you want your life to look? Do you even know? Do you just know you want your life to look like their life? Do you want your life to look like her life? Do you want your life to look like these pictures you see on Instagram or these pictures you see on Facebook? Or do you have a vision for your own life? Because I'm going to tell you something. A picture is just that. It's one instance, one moment in time. You don't know what that person is going through after that picture is taken, before that picture was taken, sometimes even while that picture was taken. Get a vision for your own life. What do you want to see in your own life? What does your life look like? Get a notebook. Write it down. This is my life. Be clear, be specific, but leave room for the universe to bring you better things. That's another block that people encounter. We don't leave room. I want this, it needs to look like that, it needs to be this and this. I have a client and she wants a husband. She is 5'4", but her husband has to be 6'5" or taller. He needs to be an athlete or had been an athlete. He needs to be this skin complexion, on and on and on and on. So as I was talking to her the other day, I said, how tall are you? She said, 5'2". I said, so your husband has to be 6'5"? And she goes, 6'5" or taller, because I don't want small children. You're small. So there's always a chance that you can marry somebody who's 8 foot tall and still have a small child. I said, maybe you need to say, this is what I desire, but this or something better. Because you could find a man who's 6'3" and has all the qualities you want and some, but you would pass him by because he's 6'3" and not 6'5". Leave room. Leave room, people. Leave room for God to work his magic, because his vision and dreams that he has for our life is so much bigger than the dreams we think we have. There is nothing that you can tell God that you desire, nothing that you can tell God that you want that is going to frighten him. There is nothing that you can tell God and this wonderful unlimited universe that you desire that you're going to get the answer back. Yeah, no, we can't do that. Your mind cannot even begin to conceive what God has for you. I tell you what I know. I have seen things happen in my physical reality through this spiritual journey that there are no explanation for. None. I've had things on my vision board for 10 years that are just now coming to pass. And they're coming to pass in ways bigger than I ever thought. So dream big and believe that you can have what you desire and watch God show up for you. Your angels, the universe, your heavenly staff is always working for you. And yes, we have a heavenly staff. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you like this video. If there's anything that you would like for me to discuss, you can just drop me an email at fran@angelswithfran.org. I read every single email that I get, and if it's something that I can help you with, I would love to do so. All right, have a great and fabulous day. Bye for now.